before we get into this, I'm going to cover a couple of things that I have noticed going on that either is not widely known or is being ignored. My last 5 pugs into this dungeon has ended with most of everybody rage quitting because they never could knock final boss down. She just kept getting rehealed. What you're going to see in the video when we start fighting her is red chevrons will appear on the ground. Ideally, the tank should place themselves on these red chevrons, which will prevent the spirits or the godlings or whatever they are from re-healing the boss. The tank will take a massive damage over time, so the healer has to keep an eye on this. There will be occasions as well where the chevrons will appear, but there'll be 2 laser beams coming down and connecting to a player. When this happens, the player needs to get the boss between themselves and whichever of the spirit godlings or whatever they are before that goes off. Otherwise, it can easily become a one-shot, one-kill scenario. In these cases, this should be the tank's job to place themselves on those chevrons. It is the player's job, when they are targeted by the beams, to position themselves on the opposite side of the boss from whichever of the 2 entities is shooting the beams at them. You will see this in the final fight. I will show it. I will stand in the areas and you will see what happens. So be aware of this. Tanks take special notice. Healers on this boss, you're going to have to keep an eye on that tank. This means that the DPS should be carrying healing potions for themselves and be able to adjust accordingly. Do not rely on that healer to be there to heal you all the time. They may be preoccupied trying to keep the tank alive. So, let's get into it and see what happens. Alright, Temple of the Spider. I'm going to show you as we go along how to farm Insignias. Now, most of them they're going to want to run through, which is perfectly fine for what we want. We want them to just keep scooting past everything. You still want to put your 2 cents worth in like anything else. Earn your keep, that kind of thing. Now this one, you need to get over here because only one person can get that chest. So you want to be right next to it, so as soon as the fight ends, you can grab that chest. And it looks like someone's going to get that one. So that first point there, we have those 2. You're going to come down here. And what we're going to do is we're going to help these guys. We're going to aggro these and bring them all into here. Now that's the only chest that I know of that's a first come, first serve. And once we get that, we're going to come over to this chest. There's our first insignia. And we're going to come over here to our nature kit. I have gotten up to 5 insignias on this run at any given time. And again, as I said, they're just going to keep running ahead of you. Don't worry about it. You will catch up. This one is a double. So I'm going to get it the first time. That is, if my kits don't stop breaking. And then I want to be able to get it a second time. Then we're just going to jump down. We're going to go catch up to these guys. And we're at our first boss. We're going to do the boss fight. There's not much to gather here. We're simply going to kill this guy and then move on. There's another Insignia. After the first boss, we come to the spider guys here at the door. And we've got this. There's another Insignia. Second boss. Second boss has 3 chests. If they bypass this, sometimes they will bypass the boss by going around those rocks. You can always come in behind and at least gather the 2 chests in the back without disrupting the boss. Alright, once the boss is down, you have the 3 chests. There's another Insignia. Sometimes I've seen 2, even 3 Insignias drop at that point. Face spiders. When this drops, we're going to have another kit up here. Again, you want to, depending upon your class, he stole it from me. Alright, here you have Big Spider. Everybody gets the chest. Another insignia. All right. Through the door. Up the stairs. And now we head for the final boss fight. Here we go. Now I want you to see the mechanics that's going on. First, we're going to basically drive her down. Now, the tank should be putting himself between those red chevrons and the boss to keep her from being healed. The healer should be keeping the tank healed because of the damage over time effect. And you'll have the chevrons will appear, but with lasers that will attach themselves to a player. If the player does not get the boss between themselves and whichever of the two spirits is targeting them, they can face a one-shot, one-kill scenario. So, here we go. This should pop off here in a minute.
No, my queen.
Here we go.
Please give me another chance.
You'll see the spirits. They will appear left and right.
Spider Queen.
See those chevrons? The tank. No, there. That was a laser. I didn't see the lasers above. There. See the green? The green is healing. The tank has to get themselves between those chevrons and the boss, or she gets healed. If the lasers are red, like there, that are on me, you got to get yourself. I didn't do it in time. You got to get yourself between her, that whichever one that is, and the boss, or like you see, they one shot, one killed me. My armor brought me back to life. Those red lasers. You got to keep an eye on that. I just did not get off my tushy fast enough. They're green, healing. The other one is red, there. There, see? No damage. Green. Damage. All right. That's the basic mechanics you got to watch out for. If the tank does not block those heals, then you'll never get her down. Unless you've got some real massive DPS. I popped 60 million DPS into her on one encounter where the tank was not blocking the heals before I finally wore her down. And that's the basic boss mechanics. And as such, we conclude Temple of the Spider.